Hey, welcome guys to the most amazing session. This is brand clarity and messaging class or session, however you choose to describe it. So in this session we're talking about brand clarity and messaging. Alright, that's simple. Now with that said, let me do a quick definition to explain what brand clarity and messaging is so you get an idea of what you're talking about in this session. So I remember that during the introduction of digital marketing, I explained how that the industry is a little subjective. Not It's very subjective, some of the parts. So for most of the definitions we have in the digital marketing industry, they're actually subjective. So for some things there is no general accepted, like general standard definition of what a brand is, for example. So we have different persons that have come out with different definitions on how on what a brand is, and some of them capture some parts, some of them capture some parts depending on the context of what is being discussed. You can make a research about this. Try to Google what is a brand, what is branding about. You see that there are different definitions, but the thing about digital marketing is that at least you would see that there is a thin line. You should be able to see that some things connect. There is an underlying principle in, for example, this particular case. So when we're defining branding, for example, so you'll be able to at least connect the dots in the thoughts pattern, even though they use different words in defining things. So this my definition for a brand. Your brand is the perception others have about your business. All right. So one of my favorite definitions for brand is this definition. I cannot really point to give this definition right now. It's your brand is what others say about you when you're not in the room. So I actually that's being rephrased or paraphrased. You have that as the same thing as your brand is the perception others have about your business. So people think we have personal brands, we have business brands, but now I'm talking about your business as a brand. So your brand, when I talk about marketing, in marketing, your brand is not what you think about your business. Alright? Your brand is the perception others have about your business. Now, branding is what you do to help your target audience have the idea or the perception you want them to have about your business. So it's just like, as a human being, there are things people think about you. You are a personal brand. Everybody's a personal brand. Alright? So the notion you think people have about you is not always the notion people think. It's not always the notion people have about you. So what did I say? Let me be sure I said that correctly. What people think about you as a person may not be always what you expect them to think about you. May not be always how you expect them to think about you. So there is action. Some people would say, so imagine this quote says you are responsible for how people think about you. Alright, even though you cannot convince everybody in the world to get to think about you in a particular way, that's an extreme. I mean the quote that says you are responsible for how people think about you. It's not fully true to like 100% truth, but then the idea I'm trying to pass across is that the idea of putting in the work to get people to think about you the way you want them to think about you is where branding comes in. But this time, not about you as a person, but about your business. So there is no well-known brand that doesn't put in this work. So for example, when you think about certain brands, there are certain emotions you have connected to them. Some give you that childlike feeling, make you feel like it's associated rather with children. Some gives you that, the emotions attached to brands is not by accident. Alright, so there are things they are putting in the work to make you think about them the way they want you to think about them. That's what branding is. That's where that's where branding comes in. But so far, your brand is the perception others have about your business. Alright, branding is the process to get them to have the perception you want them to have, communicate the right emotions. Alright, and there are several things involved in getting that done, including the colors, your creatives, your flyer designs, your logo, and all those stuff. There is a whole lot of emotional work and every other thing behind just logical appeal that goes into branding. Right, that's why it's called look and feel. The look and feel of your brand, how you want people to feel about your business, the idea you want people to have. So that's what your brand is, right? Your brand is the perception others have about your business, right? And again, branding is the work you put in to make them have the perception you want them to have about your business.